Hi, I'm Lynn,
And I'm Tom.
and we are here to talk about grandparenting with boundaries and faith. We're a blended family. Tom brought 2 children into our marriage, and I brought 2 children into our marriage. And this is why boundaries and faith are important to us.
When we entered into our marriage, I had the privilege of going from 2 children to 4 children. It so happens that my 2 biological children are the ones that supplied us with 5 wonderful grandchildren, where Lynn's 2 children decided that they did not want to have a family at this time. My grandchildren are 2 unique situations. Our oldest daughter and son-in-law have very high-profile jobs. They live in Pennsylvania. Their children are 16, 14, and 12. My first wife was Roman Catholic, and therefore I agreed to raise my children in the Roman Catholic faith. My daughter, she is also raising her children, our grandchildren, in the Roman Catholic faith. And they're strong in that faith. I'm proud of this. It's a wonderful thing that they are as strong in their faith as they are. When my first wife left me with my 2 children, I had the opportunity to not only continue to raise them in the Roman Catholic faith, but also open their horizons to the Protestant faith and other religions. And I think this is kind of carried through with my daughter and son-in-law. They come down and visit us. They attend church with us. After church is over, we go back, and during a meal, they'll be more than glad to ask questions. I'll ask, did you learn anything at the church service today? And it's so interesting to see their feedback to us as to what they learned, what they observed. I kind of get the feeling that even though they're going through the process of Roman Catholicism, they're have broader horizons of what Christian faith is all about. I think it's nice the fact that they say grace at dinner. There's no text, there's no electronic devices around the table, and conversations are open. And I kind of can get the sense that Christ is in that household.
Oh,
how about you?
Definitely. I like the fact that when Jason, Jack, and Anna were visiting, that Jack actually brought up Pastor Jeff's sermon and was asking questions and repeating some of the things that Pastor Jeff was talking about. So it's obvious that they were listening.
Yes, I agree with you. That's our Pennsylvania family. Our Denver, Colorado family is a different situation. Our 2 grandchildren there are 5 and 2. Our son Tommy is recently going through a divorce. He married a girl who is of the Mormon faith, and their children are being raised in the Mormon faith. I personally, as a responsible grandparent, need to understand and learn more about what the Mormon faith is about, so I can kind of be also a mentor to those grandchildren as they grow up. Our son Tommy's struggling. He recently went through a divorce, as I had mentioned. His oldest daughter, our youngest granddaughter, was diagnosed with neoblastoma cancer at 18 months. Doctors who perform surgery and radiation and chemo treatments pretty much wrote her off as always going to have cancer. She's been 2 years cancer-free. We believe, I hope speaking for you, we believe that it was the Lord's intervention in our granddaughter's life to cure the cancer. He is questioning, why would God give my 18-month-old daughter cancer? So that's something that I'm struggling, and we're struggling with our son, to try to get him to not look at the negativity of the cancer, but look at the positive influence of the cure. It's kind of interesting to watch these children grow. Last time we were out to visit, we noticed that his Bible was prominently displayed. Whether it has dust on it or not, I'm not going to go there, but the Bible was prominently displayed. More open And the children, this 5-year-old and 2-year-old, were not uncomfortable to wait before they ate for grace to be said. So my assumption is, and we know what assume means, my assumption is that grace is said with these children, at least when their dad has them. So I rely on that. My prayer is that every day they might grow stronger in faith. Maybe a mustard seed, but at least growth. I think this is my importance. Wisdom, I think, is I can't push the issue with them. As much as I would like to, I just can't push my faith on them. The only thing I can do is lead by example. Example is to show my love of the Lord through my actions, through my words, and through my temperament. I kind of feel guilty. One set of children are 1,000 miles away. Another set of children are 1,500 miles away in another direction. I wish I was closer, but I can't be split in 2 different areas to help raise my grandchildren. Sometimes I feel guilty because my involvement with children down here in the local community, I can show more of God's love to local children than I can my own children and grandchildren. And this concerns me. How do you feel?
I love it when we visit our grandkids. I really enjoy the visits and our own children. And I strongly feel that as grandparents, we have already raised our children and we need to let our children raise their children. So rather than interfering and telling them this is what you should believe or this is what we believe, we show our love for the Lord through our actions, through our words, through our prayers at dinner time, through our prayers at bedtime. And we don't feel that's mingling. We just feel that that is just genuine love.